today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my garden. Well, some of my garden, the growing area. So I do have a really decent sized garden, but I'm only growing on here for now, and I've got lots of things in pots. So starting, I have my coriander that's gone to seed now. I did a few harvests from this, and now I'm not going to harvest it anymore, because when you buy coriander, what's called seasoning, what's it called, in the shops, is the seed grounded up in the coriander powder. I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to let it go to seed, because you can also use the seeds, and I can also just plant the seeds again, just, you know, it's brilliant. My blueberry plant, this is, I don't know, probably seven years old. It's grown really well. It's lovely. I've had it here for a long time. I've had harvested some blueberries, but the birds helped me as well. That's why I put this blueberry next to the door, so I can deter some birds and get some. Well, yeah. So this is going to be my herb garden. I will be redesigning this in the future, because I don't like how it goes round like that. I can barely go through that space, so I'll probably try and make it straight. I don't know, maybe. But this for now is my herb garden. Let's have a look at what I've got on here. Right, so bear with me. I've got my basil I got from the shops, you know, the ones that they sell in the herbs and spices that's already growing in a pot. So that is what that is. So I just repotted it. Wasn't happy, so it's gone a bit pale, but it's recovering. And I've got more coriander going to seed. Over there is my calendula. Is it marigold? Calendula. This, yeah, marigold flower. That's the plant. I've got lots of weeds. This bed was, it had flowers and trees and weeds, and so, because this was a very mature garden when I moved here, so everything is, it was, you know, sorry, I'm still learning this. Okay, I've got sage over there, and that's a herb garden, but I have put carrot there. More coriander, one there, and one there grew this from seed, and then I put beetroot here as well, just to make use of the space, because if I don't plant something there, guess what? It's gonna grow. That's right, weeds. So whenever I have space, I just pop stuff on there. So I am propagating mint, because my mint plant looks good, but also looks a bit raggedy. I've had it for years. So I thought I'd take cuttings and I stuck it in this pot. I don't think I filmed that, but I'm always taking cuttings. This is a cutting as well. This is oregano. I have a big oregano, I'll show you, in the box. And I just took a cutting, stuck it in here, and it's taken, because it was about that tall. It's going to grow, and this is about a month old. It's happy. So that is my herb. It's like a rock garden. So I have my watering cans here. I've mentioned in previous videos that I haven't got my water bots yet. I don't know when I'm going to get that. I'm not going to rush. I've just moved in here. It's very expensive when you move. So I just fill up my watering can with my hose and leave it overnight, so the chlorine can evaporate, and that's good for my seedlings then. But with the other plants that are quite mature, I just hose them straight from the chlorine and all. Yes, it's not the best, but that's what I have. Always use what you have. Okay, so this is why I call it my green box, the green box gardener, because I've got lots of green boxes here. I love them. They're really sturdy. Okay, so I've got my Egyptian walking onions. Oh, I've had these for many years. I've forgotten, 7 years maybe. I've got them everywhere. Trust me, I couldn't take everything. I used to have an allotment I gave up. I got it all over my allotment as well. Yeah, I gave up my allotment because I'm going to be growing everything in this garden. Although I cannot use all my garden to grow food, even if I want to, I'm still limited with the space I can grow in. So that is Egyptian walking onions. This box has got strawberry. You can see there is a strawberry there that's been munched by something, and there's another one there, and then there's more. Well, getting covered, be shy. There we go. And at the same time, if you know anything about strawberries, they throw. Ooh, I just disconnected that, didn't I? They throw out runners. Okay, there we go. So I just put that runner, so a strawberry will shoot out this long string. If you just pop in a pot, it will take, and that will make new plants for next year. So I have one there. Ooh, sorry. And I have one in that pot, and I have to put another one in this empty pot. So I've got strawberry. I've got here some type of berry. I don't know which one it is. I do have thornless blackberry as well, which is the next one, but this one is a type of berry. I'm not sure if it's raspberry or one of my free berries I got from my allotment friends. It's in that one. This one is a thornless blackberry, so it is saying, yeah. So this I got it on clearance from Homebase about 6 years ago. Trust me, I've cut it, broken it, and it just keeps surviving. I'm a survivor. Alright, so in this box, this is a mixed box, isn't it? It's got my Tontindine kale, which is a perennial kale. It's not happy right now because it's been munched by birds and probably caterpillars. It's that season. You can see the white butterfly, that's where they lay their eggs in the brassica family. And I've got walking onions in here as well. And that pot over there, more Tontindine kale. I had to take a lot of cuttings because I had a big plant in my old house, which became like a tree really. I think that was about 5 or 6 years old. When I was moving, I had to cut it down. It was massive, but when I cut it, before I did that, I took lots of cuttings, stuck it everywhere. So you will see them here and there. So it's here, it's in that box. And the next green box I have is my oregano. So this is my big oregano. It's gone to flower right now. It's one of my favorite herbs really. Obviously I've stuck a little cutting from this plant in my raised bed or rock garden, I don't know, my herb bed. This plant, I don't know what it is, but it's obviously the brassica family. White butterfly likes it. It just doesn't die. I've had it for 4 years. Someone gave it to me, a cutting from a friend from the allotment, and it just keeps growing. So I have taken cuttings from this and stuck it to the ground. I like things that just keeps giving. Obviously the leaves don't look appealing right now because it's past its best, but it doesn't die. I take cotton, I can create new plants. So this is my greenhouse, my mini greenhouse. I've had this for about 5 years now. I love this greenhouse because before this greenhouse I used to buy the cheap like £20 plastic cover. They always break and the cover always get blown away, you know, when it's really windy. So this is why I love this one. This one has been with me because I had it in my small garden. Maybe in the future I'll get a big greenhouse, but right now this is not going anywhere. This is what I still have, and this is what I'm using, and I appreciate it. Let's just have a quick look at what's in my greenhouse. So I have, this is a really nice looking basil, I don't know. I grew this from seeds. It's happy and it's healthy. That's a rose cotton. Here I am growing some more oregano from seed. I think I made a video about that one. Chard from seeds. Chives. Oh, I need to water that. So chives. Mint, chives, mint, and what's that? Radish. And in there I am growing some, I took cuttings of bay leaves. Here we go. And I've just stuck it in there. I don't know if it's gonna grow, but I like taking cuttings anyways. Free plants. Okay. my rosemary. This rosemary is probably like 10 years old, I'm not gonna lie. It's so old that I took cotton from this rosemary, created a new one in my allotment, which is really healthy. And I'm looking at this one and I was like, oh, I think I have to take new cottons, which I have started doing again. And in this pot on top of that is Egyptian walking onions, or tree onions, or just walking onions. So there's so many names for it. I love it. I just love it. It's the first thing that comes out in spring. You can use your spring onions. It does create a small bulb underneath, but I like things that don't need to be babied too much. So I've taken cuttings from the plants that didn't look appealing. I think it's taken. I don't know if it's grown or not, but because I haven't got a big greenhouse to hide from the white butterfly, I need my plants to be resilient. If they survive, they survive. That's my attitude. I'm not like, oh, woe is me. Oh, sorry for the noise. So in here, a rosemary cotton. Stuck it in there. No, one there, one there. Don't know what this is. Okay. Again, I don't know what this is. Oh, rosemary cotton in there. Oh, I'm not a tidy gardener, I don't think. There's a few rosemary cotton in there. Sorry, because I took cotton from Mint yesterday. I just put the leaves on here. Okay, that's a big something flying. Alright, sorry. That's what? Yeah, it's good for the garden though. Just carrying something. Oh my goodness, yes! Oh my goodness, I don't know if you saw that. It's flying there. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. That is my mint. It's big. It smells gorgeous. If you can smell this, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can make mint tea. And I love to make watermelon, ginger and mint juice from this. I just blend it together and like sieve it. Oh, delicious. Okay, so mint, one of my favorite herbs. Thyme. I grew this from seed because I had time. I was about 10 years old, like in 2 or 3 pots, and they just had enough, really. They just looked so raggedy. So I didn't bring that to the new house. I got rid of that. So I sowed this from seed about 6 weeks ago, and I've taken to harvest. It's still a baby plant, but the smell of this compared to the real thing, this is 100 times better. Oh, okay. Now this is carrot in container. Look, and it's only half full. I ain't got compost to waste. I ain't got compost to waste. Yeah. This is my butter beans. At the moment it's been attacked by, I think it's aphids or something black. I'm just like I don't know if it's gonna survive, but I've left it again. Like I tell you guys, I need my plants to be resilient. I have sprayed it with something I made, one of my concoctions. I have to do a video on that later. It's called, I think, lactic acid bacteria lab. Yes, I made that. I'm one of those gardeners. So I sprayed it with it as well, and I give you a worm feed because I have a wormery. So I'll do my best, but it needs to fight. And I think I saw a ladybird on there as well. So a ladybird would eat that. I don't know if one can eat that. I saw one on there. So I'm gonna let nature do its thing. All right. This is my kiwi. This is my kiwi tree in a pot, in a terracotta pot. It's so beautiful. I will eventually put this in the ground. But guess what, guys? It's fruiting. It's fruiting. I've got some. Oh, can you see that? I hope so. Fruits there. Some more somewhere. I made another video about this. It's probably already up, or it'll be going up. So I've got 3 there. I've got another. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Yeah, some fruits there as well. So I've staked up a little bit since the video. But yes, see the butterfly? Yes, it's all over my garden. Nothing is netted, and that is the brassica is about to fly on. Yes, that's some soft cabbage. It's literally laying its egg. That's what it's doing. Yep. If you're a gardener, this white butterfly is not your friend to the brassica family, but honestly, it's, look, there's 2 of them now. It's a party. All right, so we have some cabbage. broccoli, or I don't know what it is, because when I moved in here I didn't have time to make labels, so this bed was not labeled properly. Where it's labeled is where I've used up the packet of the seeds, and I've just stuck the packet on there. But I know what most of these things are anyway. So we've got coriander, beetroot, carrot, some cabbage that I don't know, broccoli, whatever, spinach that's bolted, and I've got some spring onions in there, and I've got something that looks like a cucumber, squash, I don't know what it is. I think it's a seed that fell into my pots and it looked interesting, and I just stuck in the ground. I'm a bit, yeah, gardening should not be so, I don't know, rigid or whatever. You should plan, but you know, nature wants things to grow. More strawberry plants, and I'm also propagating it. You can see this batter where it's sent out a runner, and I've stuck in a pot, and that will turn into a new plant. This is how you get free plants. So I don't want to buy. I want to have more plants, but I don't want to buy more plants. So this bed is really crazy. Well, first I love it because a friend made this for me from the allotment. I can't make anything, unfortunately. I can't build stuff. So he recycled the palette and he made it for me, painted it green, like he knew. I've had this for about 2 years. So I've got some more walking onions in here. I've got a couple of strawberries in here. And I've got lots of weeds that when I pull it out, I just put it on top of that to mulch it, because obviously it dries out really quickly. Now, this is the first Taunton Dean kale I've stuck on the ground. So this is some cottons I brought with me. This is the first one I've planted in the ground, and you know what, it's growing. I've put cardboard around that to prevent weeds from coming. So it's growing, and the thing is, when you see it and it looks ugly and then the caterpillars strip it of everything, don't worry, it's gonna keep growing. The caterpillar season will be gone, the kale will recover. I've seen it so many times, but sometimes it's that look, isn't it? You want everything to look so good. Trust me, I like that, but sometimes nature, there's a cycle. You just have to be patient. Don't pull it out, just leave it, give things a chance to recover. And the next thing I have here is a lavender cotton. I also plant. I took a cutting from my old lavender. I had a massive lavender plant in my old house. I sold that plant. I think I bought a small plant and it became massive. I took a cutting and and I brought it along with me. So I took lots of my old stuff. This is my DIY wormery. I've had it for years and years and years. So it was only one bucket, really, one black bucket bin. I put air holes all around, I don't know if you can see it, all around it, and at the bottom for all the liquid to drain out. But when we were moving, I put another bucket underneath so the liquid doesn't, in the van, in the truck. So I put another bin just to prevent leakage and stuff. Guess what, guys? We couldn't take this bin off. We tried so hard, and I just ended up getting more holes in the new bin to drain the liquid, because the worm tea is very good for your plants. And I just get the liquid that you can pull out, and then liquid is in there, add it to my watering can. You have to dilute it, add it to my watering can, and then I feed the plants. So yeah, okay, so that's my wormery. That bucket, I've got a project in mind for the bucket next to it, and this is going to be my compost pile. I really want a compost bin. I had one in my old house, couldn't bring it with me because it was half full, and it was just one of those last things I thought I'd get with me, but I didn't. I don't know what to do with this. I do not want to, well, I am not in a place right now to purchase a compost bin. I don't know how to build one. I've just put a pile of stuff in there. This is mostly the guinea pig's bedding, which is hemp straw, hemp something. I think they also use it for horses as well. So we just use the hemp bedding. Well, we're also going to move on to the wood shavings as well. So I just got guinea pig some food scrap buried in there, and yeah, I'll just put it there for now, guys. This is reality, and this is weeds that plant is something I met there. There's lots of bindweeds and stuff in this garden, and bramble. So I'm just gonna give you an overview of my garden. An overview of my garden will let you know why I've got some weird things on the ground. If you know about the no dig gardening, that's what I'm doing. So where the cardboard is where my vegetable bed will eventually be. So some maybe raised bed or something. I'm not rushing, guys, so I haven't covered this bit here because my garden fork broke from digging the ground. That's the second time it's broken in 2 months. I purchased another one, so I come in progress. That's why there's a gap from here. So that is all covered in cardboard and a raised bed on top of the cardboard, just to stop the weeds from coming through. Some stubborn weeds like bramble and bindweed might come through, but you just have to pull that out. It does reduce the amount of weed coming through. And where the black plastic thing is us trying to, again, there's so many plants and shrubs. This was a thick hedge, guys. It was a tree, 30-year-old hedge that was here. So there's tree roots, plants, so many things trying to come through. So I'm trying to kill stuff off, and the black plastic bit will become grass eventually. But like I said, there were plants in there, and there's stuff I couldn't dig out, so I just covered. But the cardboard bit would be where my bed's going. So eventually, slowly but surely, I will have some raised beds along here. You can see all my lovely plants. I hope you've enjoyed this tour, and thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe and like. Bye.